Here's a scenario I see all the time. You get that promotion, the big one. You jump from $70K to $100K, maybe even straight to $120K. You're celebrating. You've made it. And for about, 3 months, it feels great. You upgrade your apartment, maybe buy a nicer car. You're not as stressed about the grocery bill. Then you blink, and it's 2 years later. You're now pulling in $200K. You should be rich, right? That's rich person money. But why does your bank account look exactly the same? Why are you still counting down the days until payday? Why does it feel like you have less money now than when you were making half as much? This is the wealth ceiling. And here's the thing. It has nothing to do with the math. If you're stuck here and you're wondering why your growing income isn't translating into growing wealth, you are hitting a psychological barrier, not a financial one. My name is Ram, and I spend way too much time thinking about personal finance and building wealth. If you're someone who is busting your tail, seeing your income go up, but still feeling broke at the end of every month, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today, we're going to break that ceiling down. We need to talk about the massive disconnect between what we think making $200K will be like and what the reality actually is for most people. Here's what most people don't realize. You can't out-earn your mindset. Think about this statistic. According to a study by PYMNTS, 32% of people earning over $200K a year are living paycheck to paycheck. That's 1/3 of high earners. If you make $70,000, you are not the problem. The system is the problem, but how we react to it is everything. Let's do the math. On $70K, you're looking at, let's say, $50,000 take-home after tax. You have $2,000 for rent, $1,000 for food, $500 for a car, $500 for student loans, and a bit for fun. You're squeezed. You feel it. You're hyper-aware of every single dollar. Now you're at $200K. Your take-home is closer to $130,000. Now, great, you think. I have an extra $80,000. I'm going to invest so much money. Look, what actually happens? Your rent becomes a $4,000 mortgage because you needed that house. You trade in your 2018 Honda for a 2024 Tesla. So your car payment is now $1,100. Your grocery bill jumps to $2,000 because you're shopping at the fancy store and eating out 4 nights a week. You add a $300 a month gym membership. You go on 2 treat-yourself vacations that cost $5,000 each. Suddenly, that $80,000 surplus has evaporated into a cloud of, stuff. This is lifestyle creep. Yes, that's the obvious answer. You buy a bigger life. But this is where it gets really interesting. It's not just that you're buying a nicer lifestyle. It's why you're buying it. When you're making $70K, your financial problems are simple. You don't have enough money. Your goal is simple. Make more money. When you make $200K, your money problems are complex. You have the money, but now you have expectations. The psychological shift that hits you at $200K is insidious. All the moment your ego gets involved with your finances. When you make $70K, you're just trying to survive. You're not trying to prove anything to anyone. But at $200K, now you feel like you should look a certain way. You should drive a certain car. You should live in a certain neighborhood. You are no longer trying to meet your basic needs. You are trying to purchase your identity. Think about it this way. Making $70K is like being in the general population of a crowded airport. It's stressful, you're squeezed in, you have to wait in all the lines. You're just focused on getting on the plane. Making $200K is like finally getting access to the airport lounge. Suddenly, there's free food, comfortable chairs, less of a crowd. It feels amazing. It's a complete game changer. But here's the trap. Once you're in the lounge, you can't imagine going back to the general area. In fact, you start looking around the lounge and thinking, wait, why aren't the chairs this comfortable? Why isn't the free food a bit better? You start comparing yourself not to the people outside, but to the people in the even more exclusive lounge next door. You don't just upgrade your reality, you upgrade your frame of reference. This is the wealth ceiling in action. It's not a number, it's a gap. The wealth ceiling is the difference between your income and your ability to perceive wealth. At $70K, your perception of wealth is not being broke. You can see the ceiling. It's low. At $200K, you feel like you should be way above that ceiling. But you haven't actually built any real wealth because all that extra income has been absorbed by a higher baseline of existence. The ceiling didn't break. You just pushed it higher. Now you might be thinking, okay, Ram, this is a first world problem. Oh no, my expensive life is expensive. I get it. It's easy to dismiss this as high income complaining. But hear me out. The people in that 32% statistic aren't bad people. They're smart, ambitious people who got trapped. And the reason you should care is that this is the primary reason why high-income people never become truly wealthy. If you are trapped on the hamster wheel of lifestyle creep, you have no safety net. You have no margin for error. If you lose that $200K job, you are in way more trouble than the person who lost their $70K job because your fixed expenses are now astronomical. Your fancy house, your fancy car, your fancy vacations, they are not assets. They are wealth-killing traps. This is the revelation that changed everything for me. You are not building wealth to impress other people. You are building wealth to buy your freedom. And freedom does not cost $200,000 a year. So, how do you break the wealth ceiling? How do you make $200K actually feel like $200K? It comes down to three things, and they're all related to taking back control of your own narrative. Step 1. Confront the status-seeking monster. You need to have a seriously honest and probably uncomfortable conversation with yourself. What part of your spending is for you, and what part is for other people to see? Look at your budget. Be ruthless. That fancy restaurant you go to 3 times a week, is it because you truly love the food? Or is it because you like posting about it on Instagram or telling your coworkers you went? That expensive watch, that car, that's a stretch. Here's an analogy. If you were the only person on earth, what would you spend your money on? If the answer is radically different from your current spending, you are buying your identity, not your fulfillment. You cannot build wealth until you stop caring what other people think of your wealth. This is the hardest step, but it's non-negotiable. Step 2. Automate future you. The only way to beat lifestyle creep is to make it impossible. Here's the thing. We are terrible at making disciplined decisions when we are tired, stressed, or when that new shiny object is right in front of us. We are all impulsive. I am impulsive. The solution isn't willpower, it's systems. As soon as that paycheck hits, you should have a significant, aggressive, unnegotiable amount that goes directly into an investment account or a high-yield savings account before you can even see it. Make it hurt a little. If you're at $200K and you want to be wealthy, you need to be investing like you're at $70K, but only living on $100K. You are buying your freedom. Remember, freedom isn't cheap. It costs a lot of invested money. Start by aggressively buying it. Step 3. Define enough and make it simple. This is the final and most powerful step. The main reason why the wealth ceiling exists is that for most people, enough is always more than they have now. If you're waiting to feel rich, you never will. The goalpost will always move. You will make $200K and want to make $300K. You'll make $300K and want to make $500K. You have to decide right now what your enough looks like. Is it a paid-off house? Is it $2 million in investments? Is it a passive income of $50,000 a year? Make it a concrete, specific number, not a feeling, a number. And here's the crazy part. When you have a simple, defined enough, your relationship with money completely changes. You stop spending to fill a void or to buy identity, and you start spending with a purpose to get to that number. Your choices become simpler. Will buying this Tesla get me to my enough faster or slower? Slower. Okay, then I'll keep the Honda. This is how you get off the hamster wheel. This is how you break the ceiling. Look, the world wants you to keep pushing that ceiling up. It wants you to consume, to keep upgrading, to keep showing off. It's profitable for everyone except you. Don't fall for it. Don't be the statistic of the broke high earner. You've already done the hard part. You've earned the money. Now do the truly hard part. Build the mindset that lets you keep it and use it to build a life of genuine, unstoppable freedom. The wealth ceiling is a prison of your own mind. It's time to break out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.